Okay, so get this, right? Davante Adams, the super pro wide receiver guy, joins the Rams. Everyone, especially Puka Nacua, is like, awesome, Davante's going to lead all the drills. It totally makes sense, right? Davante's a legend, and Puka Nacua, the newer guy. But then, surprise! Before camp even starts, Puka asked Davante to go first in the drills. Apparently, when Puka was leading, he was so busy trying to watch Davante nail everything that he wasn't focusing, so get this. Davante Adams, right, the big deal receiver guy, signs with the Rams, and everyone's like, Puka Nacua is going to be the main man in drills, obviously. Because, Puka's been killing it for 2 seasons, and Adams is on his own moves. Puka's like, dude, it's way easier for me if you just go first so I can actually learn from you. He's totally mesmerized watching Davante and saying, there's nothing better than seeing the new dude. But then, before training camp even starts, Puka goes up to Davante and is all, yo, dude, you got to lead the drills. Apparently, during OTAs, Puka realized he wasn't live.
So now, Davante's always swarmed by the other receivers at practice, waving his arms around, explaining stuff while the second team is out there. He's not trying to be a show-off, but everyone focusing enough when he was at the front. He was too busy trying to sprint ahead just so he could watch Davante. So he was like, this makes my job way easier if you just go first. He said last week, today, especially Puka, flocks to him. Puka's only been in the league a couple of years, but he's already seeing the crazy coverages that Davante, with his 11 years in the NFL, has dealt with forever. I was in the back, and I was just standing there, ready to watch the tape again. But seriously, seeing him with my own eyes, nothing beats it. And dude, it's been super common too. Davante's playing it cool, saying he's not some wise old sage dropping random advice. But he does talk about the cerebral game, like how he breaks down coverages because he's seen so. See, 32-year-old Adams, totally surrounded by the other receivers at Loyola Marymount University. He's out there waving his arms around, explaining whatever he's talking about while the second-string offense is just chilling on the field. Adams isn't trying to be the center of attention, but it just happens, especially Puka. This is wild. Puka, in his first 2 years, has already seen some seriously tricky coverages.
And get this, the receivers are asking him all sorts of questions, especially about reading coverages and how that messes with their routes. Davante, though, this guy's been navigating that stuff for 11 seasons and is a 3-time All-Pro. Adams is like, I'm not some wise old guru trying to drop random wisdom. He's like, it's not magic, guys. Honestly, most of the time, I just know what they're going to do. He explains that if you know the defense's plays and their jobs, you can totally use that to get more space and, more wins. Pretty neat, huh? Even the offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur, is like, yeah, information just hits different when it comes from a superstar like Davante. Adams is like, I'm not trying to handpick my way through a route every day, but whatever it comes up, I'll help. He's seen so many double teams and weird bracket coverages, he's had to look at stuff differently than other players. He's actually into that, the whole cerebral game thing. Reading coverages is like the hottest topic for Adams and his teammates, even the guys who don't usually get all the double teams or have safety shading their way. Adams even said the best questions he's gotten are about reading coverages and how that messes with choice routes. LaFleur tries to keep route running simple at first. Beat your guy, or if he disappears, it's zone, so find a soft spot. But then Davante steps in and takes it to another level, talking about seeing.
He's like, they think it's like some superhero move or something, but he just breaks it down. A lot of times, happening and stuff. LaFleur's a little nervous about overwhelming the younger guys with all that advanced knowledge, but he admits that's where players like Davante totally shine, passing that next level stuff on to the others. It's all know what they're running. If you know what they're doing and their job, you can totally use that against them to get yourself more room, more time, more space, and that equals more wins. Duh. And about who's got that feel for the game, the offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur, totally gets it. He knows that when a teammate with Davante's rep breaks stuff down, it hits different than when a coach does. LaFleur's whole thing when he introduces choice routes is to keep it simple. Find the cornerback covering you and try to beat him one-on-one. If the guy disappears, it's probably zone, so find a soft spot. Then they go practice it a bit, and that's that. But then LaFleur is like, when you get a guy like Tay, who's been doing this forever, he takes it to another level. I kind of get nervous when he's saying stuff like, see what's happening out there and if they're getting cleared out. But, he admits, that's the next level, and guys like Davante can totally pass that knowledge on to the other receivers.